What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of the AK Show with your boy AK the Ref. How is everybody doing on this Sunday, early evening? Hope everybody's having a great Sunday so far. Sunday fun day, you know what it is. But hope you've had a fabulous weekend so far. Thank you for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. So you've made it through another week. You know what that means. I got seriously making it through the week, another week that you have made it through. Did it. That off. Congratulations. Thank you for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. But before we get started, you know what you got to do. You got to hit that subscribe button on the YouTube channel because we're trying to build up this channel. Right now, we're at 150 subscribers. We're trying to get to the next goal is 500 by the end of the year. But we here. Thank you for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, we're here on a Sunday. I've just had a very, very long 2 days from Thursday to Friday for the Chiefs game, football practice. Had a wrestling show on Friday. He was in town. Also had football practice. So that last 2 days, those 48 hours were just long indeed. And then Saturday, I did nothing. We just sat and watched TV. We did go out to eat. That was about it. My wife had to work. She's working this weekend. She's getting overtime. Had to come in and work it this weekend. But yesterday we watched this TV show called The Perfect Couple on Netflix, starring Nicole Kidman. It's a limited series. So it was like six episodes, about 40 minutes each. I didn't really see how long it was. Yeah, we binge watched that all last night, and yeah, it had us hooked. If you get a chance, watch The Perfect Couple. It's like a thriller TV show about who murdered somebody. Yeah, it was. I was hooked. We were hooked from like episode 1, but that was fun. Didn't do much else today. We here chilling on a Sunday, getting this. What's this dog doing? You need you to calm down, Coco. He's digging on the ground. I don't know what he'd be doing half the time. This dog, come here, dog. Come here, Coco. What are you digging for? He be digging. He be digging sometimes. I don't understand it. I don't understand dogs. So, but we here on a Sunday. Thank you for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. I ain't gonna spend too much time on here. I really want to get into the Chiefs and Ravens game that happened this past Thursday as the NFL season opened. Now, I didn't get a chance to watch any of the first quarter because I do have a part-time game day job with the Chiefs, and my job entails being a stagehand for like the pyrotechnic team, and it's not the fireworks they shoot off like during like touchdowns and after the game. We help with the stagehands help get these carts that they use in this entrance canopy that they use for the player entrances. So we have to help get that set up. So that's what my job entails. Like I don't actually go around shooting off the pyro. Like I'm just a stagehand. There's like 20 of us. We help get these carts set up, tested, and whatnot. And hold on, we help get them tested, set up, get the tanks in them, get them tested, push them out to the field, test them down there, get these 2 giant, they call them canopies, that have lights on them and like smoke. So if you've ever been to an Arrowhead and you see the Chiefs tunnel, it's got that like tarp on it. But so basically these 2 canopies are to make that extend so it looks like one giant big tunnel. So when the players run out, there's not like this empty space right here because the tarp only goes so far. So we have these 2 big canopies that have like the I guess tarp type material on top. So it extends and they're gigantic. And it takes like literally probably 4 people on each side to push. I mean, not on each side, 1 on each side. So 4 people total to get it down there, get it set up. And those things are really heavy. The carts are really heavy with all the tanks in them and whatnot. So we have to get those set up to the field, test it out. Then we go take a break, show up about an hour before kickoff, stand on the field and wait for all the pregame stuff, the opposing team to come out, and then the Chiefs come out, And then after they've all come out, whether it's as a team or they do the offense or defense, whoever the last person is, we have our cue. We got to go on. Get the carts got to get unplugged. Somebody unplugs them. We got to push them back off the field, up the tunnel, all the way up to our shed, which is really in the players' parking lot in that area. If you've ever been to Arrowhead, and then we got to get everything unloaded, get the two big canopies, push them back in where we have them. We don't push those all the way back up. We have an area for them just halfway up the tunnel. But yeah, that's what our job entails, doing that as a stagehand. So last Thursday was kind of it was rough. And yeah, it just took longer than expected because of all the Super Bowl banner dropping and things like that, and the rain delay made everything go long. So yeah, I didn't get to my seat until the second quarter, so I missed the Xavier Worthy touchdown. But from what I want to go over what I did saw and what the Chiefs did, what I like, what I think they need to work on, and how I felt about the game overall. But let's get into it. The NFL season opened on the just the past Thursday. We've already had two games because on Friday we had Green Bay and the Eagles game in Brazil, which I watched the tail end of that, which was exciting. Plus, I got who was it on my fantasy team? Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown. So, but I saw Jalen Hurts threw 2 interceptions, so I'm like, I kind of took some points away from me, but the 2 touchdowns helped, and AJ Brown had a great game, so I'm happy with that. But I saw the tail end of it. I hope Jordan Love's not too bad hurt. I read that he might miss some time, but he's not going to be out for the season. You don't want to see guys get injured like that. You know, you want to play against the best. You want to watch the best play because that puts the best product on the field and is more enjoyable for fans. But let's get it. Chiefs versus Ravens. Like I had predicted, if you watched my pregame prediction, I predicted 27-20 for this Chiefs versus Ravens game. And, you know, we all have predictions. I just felt like that was the prediction. That was the score, 27-20. I knew it. I don't know. I had that feeling that I knew we were going to win. I felt like we were going to win. But it was just a matter of how are we going to win? What was the score going to be? I predicted 27-20. And I gave some thoughts of what each team needed to do to get that victory. I had said the Ravens, as a defense, need to contain Mahomes. Don't let him outside the pocket. Don't let him make those plays. They need to get physical at the line of scrimmage with the new receiver and Worthy, who didn't even have 3 catches, but one of them was for a touchdown. Somehow he just got wide open. And then he had an end around, which I missed. I saw the highlight. He had an end around. He didn't even get touched. And Creed Humphrey just pancaked the guy. It was wild. And I said, the defense of the Ravens needed to contain the wide receivers. Kelce was Kelce when he needed to be. And I saw, eventually when I got to my seat and watched the game, I saw him he wasn't playing every play. And we're at a point in his career, in this season, and I figured this season, since we have Worthy, since we got Juju back, and we have Hollywood Brown, who will be back after he comes back for injury. We got Rice in his second year. We got Pacheco coming out of the background. And maybe you could put in Watson had a good game because they had to worry about Worthy or Rice or Kelce that left Watson open too. Because there was one play where he was just wide open. I was like, damn, why do you leave him that wide open? But I noticed Kelce kept being subbed in and out a lot, which I'm okay with. I don't need Kelce to come here and have a 1,000-yard season. That's not what we need him for no more. We have other guys to take that stuff off his plate. He just need to come in here and make those big plays when he's called upon, and that's what he did. I know him and Mahomes had that. You let Mahomes outside the pocket. He had a big third downfield to Kelce. He had a couple other big catches. I'd be sitting at my seats because we sit up top, not all the way up top. We're 5th row. And I'd just be looking. I'd be looking, kind of analyzing how they're lined up and when they're on offense. And I'm looking at down the distance. I'd be pointing to my wife. I'd be hey, Kelce's going to go right there across the middle. I think Rice is going to go right over there. And sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. But it's just me guessing, just knowing football a little bit. Like I'm not sitting here saying like I'm a football genius, but I know a little bit about football. Shit, I played 2 years of college. I played most of my life. There was like 2 years I didn't play in high school, or 3 years I didn't play. 2 years I didn't play in high school, and 1 year I didn't play in middle school. I play college ball. Like I understand it. I sit down and I truly, as I've gotten older, I've been able to understand football more. So I'm sitting there just looking. I can see the whole field. It's kind of like watching all 22 from my angle. I'm kind of at a diagonal, but I sit there and be like, yeah, he's gonna go there. He's gonna go there, just based on the down and distance. And Kelsey's always going in motion, but him. We don't need him to be 1,000-yard receiver. We just need him to come in and make big plays here and there, and that way we can rest him and keep him healthy as if we get to the playoffs. Like knock on wood. Where's my wood? Where's the wood? Down here. Knock on wood. But like I said, I gave the keys to what each team needed to do. I felt the Ravens needed to get physical at the line of scrimmage with the receivers. I feel like I said, I didn't see all of the game. I got to my seat the second quarter. I'm watching. I'm kind of like trying to decompress because our job can get stressful at times. So at my seat, I'm decompressing while watching the game, and it's hard when 70,000 people are screaming. But I liked what I saw from the Chiefs, offensive and defensively. Chris Jones on defense was a beast. I saw him lining up at different positions at times. Like he was on the end, he was on this end, he was the defensive tackle, and he was a menace. He was a menace throughout the game. From when I was watching, I like what I saw from our secondary holding it down because Zay Flowers was irrelevant in the game, as were the rest of their wide receivers. The only person they had making plays aside from Lamar Jackson was Isaiah Likely. And that's something we need to work on defensively, is guarding the tight end. Because I think Bolton was guarding Isaiah Likely. Now, we could probably cut some slack on Bolton since he didn't play at all during the preseason. So literally this is his first time action of playing. So maybe a little bit of rust. Because, when you don't play the whole preseason, because I think they're sending him out for injury precautions. So when you don't play and this is your first game experience and you're going against the Baltimore Ravens, like that's high intensity, fast pace. So we'll see, but that's something that we got to get better at. It is covering the tight end. Guarding the wide receivers is great. Derrick Henry really didn't do nothing. I saw he had a touchdown. I think he was not at my seat when I missed that touchdown, but he only had 46 yards. I feel like he was a non-factor. I feel like it was Isaiah Likely and Lamar Jackson on offense. And I said that. I said, we have to put the Ravens in position to take away their run game and make Lamar Jackson throw the ball. And it showed why you want to make Lamar Jackson throw the ball. On that last drive, when they were trying to tie it up, he had Isaiah Likely in the end zone in the corner. Missed him. Threw it like in the fourth row. I think it went in the stands. Isaiah Likely jumped. He got pushed. He landed on his arm. I thought he was hurt bad. But he got up, took the next play off. But then there was another play. I think it was that next play where he has Zay Flowers. Like he's scrambling around, And Chiefs did a real good job with was it Leo Chenal spying Lamar Jackson. Like Lamar Jackson got his, he's gonna get his. He got his with his legs, but they were hitting him, and I said they needed to hit him. But there was a play. He's scrambling around. He's looking for an open receiver. I think he's moving to his right. He sees Zay Flowers wide open in the middle of the end zone. He throws it to his left, thinking Zay Flowers is going to stop, but Zay Flowers kept running. And that's one of those things where it's like they're not on the same page. So it's like you got to hit that in that instance. Like that was an easy touchdown. I don't know what our defense was doing, because I kind of watched the replay and I saw like they were kind of passing Zay Flowers off. They were probably playing zone, but you can't have that type of mistake like that, because another quarterback, a better quarterback, would hit that. I'm not saying Lamar Jackson's not a good quarterback, but he's not that type of quarterback like that. And he missed him wide open. I saw him wide open. I was like, ooh, he overthrew. And then we get to the final play, right? Get to the play, likely in the back of the end zone. Comes down with the ball. I see it in the back of the end zone. I'm thinking, oh, they're gonna push him out of bounds. Somehow he got that one foot in and then got the other foot in. And from my vantage point, I couldn't see like if he landed in bounds or not. So they raised their hand as a touchdown, which I'm okay with because all scoring plays are reviewed anyway. So in the instance, referees, let's call it a touchdown. We know it will get reviewed because it is all scoring plays are reviewed. So they reviewed. I remember they showed up on the jumbotron. I was like, oh no, his toes on the sideline, his toes on the goal on the end back line, right there, like his toe, like here's the line, here's the out of bounds line in the back of the end zone. His toes right on it. You can see it clear as day that his toe was on the line. So it's incomplete. Chiefs won. Like I said, I liked what I saw from the offense. There's still some things they can work on. Like there's the one finishing the game off, not giving the Ravens that opportunity to drive down and try to tie up the game and potentially go for the win because they thought it was a touchdown. I was like, in my mind, I'm thinking if they score, they're going to go for two. Why not? You're on the road. Let's go for it. And they were going. They weren't sending their kicker out there to kick out the extra point. They were going for two. Had it been a touchdown, but before that, the Chiefs had the ball. They were driving. I was like, let's put this game away. There's like 2-something left. If we put this game away, we get a first down. We get to 2 minutes, it's over. Because they only had one timeout. Because they spent 2 timeouts early. They spent one in the third quarter. They spent another one early in the fourth quarter, I think. And they already wasted 2 timeouts. I was like, at that point, it was like 20 to, it was like 20 to 10. And I'm like, y'all wasting timeouts. Y'all down by like 10 points. Chiefs scored, and then the Ravens scored again. Because Likely got that touchdown on the sideline where he made the whole defense look silly. I'm not even gonna lie. He did that stop juke like and the win in the end zone. And then it made it I believe that made it 17-20. Then we scored. We went up 27-20. And then I think that made it I don't even remember, to be honest. I know at one point Isaiah Likely scored that touchdown. They got them up to 17, and then they got a field goal to make it 20-27 at that point because Xavier Worthy scored that touchdown to make it 27-17 or 27-20. I don't remember. Don't quote me on this, bro. It was a long fucking week those last 2 days, so it's been a long week. But Isaiah Likely got that touchdown, and we got the ball back. I think we might have scored the Xavier Worthy touchdown. Then it put us 27-17. Then they got a field goal. But then we got the ball back. At one point, we had the ball with like 2-something left. I was like, we got to get a first down. We get a first down, this game's over. Because they only got one timeout. They can't stop the clock. It's like, just run the ball. But then we got a penalty. I think it was a holding, and it moved us back. I was like, oh my God. And then there was an offset. There was a play that they called a holding on us. I don't really think it was a hold. And there was also a late hit out of bounds. And both of those pennies offset, which I'm like, ugh. But I don't think that was a hold. But then we got a holding call. It moved us back. And then it's like, we couldn't do anything. So we had to punt the ball. That's where, as a Chiefs offense, I want to see them improve. It's just putting that game away. Put that game away where they don't get an opportunity to drive down the field and tie it up or potentially go for the 2 to win it. I want to put the first down. I'm like, let's get a first down. I'm in the stands like, let's get a first down. Game over. We get a first down. They have one timeout. They're not getting the ball back. At that point, it was, if we get a first down, we can take the and we can go home. And we don't have this drama at the end, which I don't want any of that drama. I want the dub. I want a victory. Let's go home. That's one thing I would just like to see from the offense is finish that, put that game away, get that first down. Let's go on home. Let's take a knee. Boom, we're done. Other things, just penalties at the wrong time. I think we can get those cleaned up. Also, I mean, we had the one turnover. Mahomes, he's always trying to make a play. Just throw that ball away. Just throw it at the ground. Maybe he was trying to throw it at the ground and just didn't get it right at the ground. And sometimes that happens. Like, you're trying to throw the ball away, and the guy makes a great play. But, I mean, you're going to live and die with it. Mahomes is going to be Mahomes, and I'm okay with that. But that's either just take the sack or just take the sack. Sometimes it's just best to take the sack in that instance. But I thought Mahomes played well. At times I thought the offensive line did great at protecting him. When he needed to, he was able to get out in the pocket, work with his legs, make some throws on the run. I didn't even notice our left tackle having issues. I know Jamon Taylor had some issues with, false start, jumping early and whatnot, and they're still complaining about that. And apparently there's some new rule with like the alignment on the offensive side. I'm not really too familiar with that. But like I said, I thought the Ravens had to do different things defensively, and I don't think they really did. I think we matched up with them pretty well in terms of physicality and things like that. I just think we were better. I think we had the better team. I don't think the Ravens are the Ravens anymore. I know they got new offensive linemen, so it's going to take time for them to gel. But I still like what I saw. Like I said, we had the left tackle, our rookie left tackle, Kingsley, and I didn't even notice him at all. I think they said he gave up one sack. I'm like, that's pretty fucking good against the Ravens defense. That's a top tier defense. And we had a rookie offensive left tackle starting, and he only gave up one sack. I would gladly take that. Phenomenal job. And now, but I'm happy. Like I said, defense, work on guarding them tight ends. We need to work on the guarding them tight ends. I feel like everything else we did well. Tackle real well. I said they got to hit Lamar. If he's going to run the ball, he has to be hit. Hit him. Lay the wood. And they did that. Derrick Henry was a non-factor. Zay Flowers was a non. I feel like the receivers were a non-factor except Isaiah Likely. It was Lamar with his legs and Isaiah Likely. Nobody else was a factor. So I felt like they did a good job up until that last drive. Like, you can't. There was one big play where I think he threw the ball and they got some big yardage to get down there. But that's the type of thing. Like, offensive defense was like, put that drive away in the game, get the first down. Okay, we give the ball back. That's when the defense is just let's get him out here. And everything's 4-down territory. Stop them 4 times. Does not get them first down. Let's go home. That's where the defense needs to tighten up and be aggressive. I think be aggressive in that type of situation. Don't let them just work their way down the field. Because I feel like they're just playing prevent, just giving them, like, I don't want to nickel. Make them earn that. Don't let them get free releases and things like that. Like, put that pressure on them. Put that pressure on Lamar. Keep him in bounds. Because at that point, you only have one timeout left. If we get a sack and keep him down, I mean, the clock's going to run. But I like to see the defense in that situation be more aggressive. And the offense, and I know the offense, we got the penalty and it moved us back, so it made it harder to get that first down. But I want to see them put that drive away. But like I said, I like what I saw. I'm glad we got that game. I wanted that game. I was like, I didn't want the Ravens to get it. And now the Ravens. Oh, the Ravens. Oh, man. How is Lamar going to sit up there with a straight face and say, I thought it was a touchdown? That's fine. You thought it was a touchdown. But then he doubled down and said, no, I thought it was a touchdown. It should have been called a touchdown. Who is your PR person? As soon as he said, oh, I thought it was a touchdown at first. Yeah, that's all cool, because everybody thought it was a touchdown at first. But then to double down after they reviewed it, even showed you his toes on the line. You can't just sit here and say it should have been a touchdown. What? What are you talking about? Oh, bro, come on now. Take it back. Take it back, man. That's wild. That's wild to say that it still should have been called a touchdown, even though his toes on the line. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Like, I don't know what we're doing here. You know what I'm saying? But That's a wild. And then I think it was Isaiah Likely talking about, well, if that's the Chiefs the best, if that's the best the Chiefs got, they're going to get knocked out in the playoffs in the first round. I'm like, we beat you again. So you want to run your mouth? Keep running your mouth. And I saw the video of Isaiah Likely cussing out a fan, saying "F you B word" because the fan said you stink, and then he turns around and said "F you B word." I ain't gonna say. I don't want to say, but that shit's wild. And then one of the other. Hold on, I gotta go. I gotta pause. Yeah, we here. We back. Yeah, I had to go take a quick break. You let the delivery guys in. They're delivering a new couch and two individual chairs, or what you would call it, love seat, but they're just yeah. Uh, but back to where I was, I had said Isaiah Likely said something to the fans when he was walking back to his locker room. One of the fans said he stinks, and then he said "F you," he said "fuck you, bitch," and then kept walking. I'm like, bro, y'all, I get that you mad and you lost, but you just keep walking. Just keep walking. Plus, it wasn't even that bad. The fans just said you stink. It wasn't like he said something derogatory. I mean, sometimes that's what fans want to do. They want to get a reaction out of players. But and then I think it was during the press conference one of the players said something about our tight ends or something. I'd have to go back and find the quote, but I'm just like, bros, y'all lost. Take the L and go home. If we would have lost, we would have had to deal with it. I don't sit here and blame other people for our losses. I just say we fucking lost. Like when we lose, we lose. I just look at it as like, okay, what do we need to work on? You can't blame the other team for you. I mean, you can't blame other people for your loss. Your team lost. Just like when we lost in the Super Bowl, I ain't sit here and make no excuses. I said we got our asses whooped. We lost. I can sit here and say we didn't have an offensive line, but what about the defense? The defense didn't show up that Super Bowl against Tampa Bay. So yeah, I can sit here and like I said, I can sit here and say we didn't have an offensive line that Super Bowl, which we didn't. But what's the excuse on defense? What was the excuse with the play calling offensively? Like short pass games. Let's try to run the ball a little bit. Let's get the ball out quick. But we didn't do any of that. We lost. We got our asses whooped. It is what it is. I turned the TV off and I went downstairs and ready for next season. Take the L and you just keep fucking moving on. Just like last year when we lost to the Raiders. Okay. There are still games left to be played. And so yeah, we'll see Baltimore down the line. I'm after this game and after these press conferences and these thoughts from them, I don't like the Ravens now. I don't I don't I don't. They're up there on my list now with like the Bengals and our division opponents. Like yeah, I don't like them. I don't have to like. I don't like it. I only like players on my team. I like my team. That's all I like. But I just don't like the Ravens, and we own them. Okay, we own them. That's just the way that goes. We've beaten Lamar. He's lost to us 5 times. Mahomes, what's 2-5? Or 5-2. Lamar's 2-5 against the Chiefs. That ought to tell you something right there. And they asked him, "Is the Chiefs your kryptonite?" He's like, "No, no, no, no. You are. Every team has a kryptonite. Apparently, ours was Tom Brady, but it is what it is. One of the best to ever play, and it's not the Bengals. I mean, yeah, the Bengals match up well with us, but we did win the Super Bowl. Yeah, granted they beat us in the AFC Championship game that year, but we came back the following year and beat them in the rematch. That's all that matters to me. Yeah, I'm not really talking about last year's win. They didn't even have Joe Burrow, but at the same time, we have Super Bowls and they don't. So at the end of the day, none of these teams you can't say none of these teams are on the Chiefs level. Not on the Chiefs level, but you can't say they're better than the Chiefs when they don't have anything to prove it. I don't care what you do in the regular season. I only care what you do in the playoffs. Yeah, Bengals beat the Chiefs in the playoffs that year, but they didn't win the Super Bowl. They lost. The next year, we came back, won against them, won a Super Bowl, and then won another Super Bowl. And now we're going for a three-peat. So that's all I got on it. That's all I got for today. Thank you for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Like I said, I wasn't going to keep you here long. I just want to give my post, game thoughts on the season, and let's get it. Right now, I'm gonna go rearrange these couches upstairs and watch some NFL football. And it was a wild report today that Tyreek Hill got detained on the way to the football game, on the way to the stadium, because I guess he was driving fast and then got mouthy with the cops. I saw the video. They didn't need to put him on the ground like that. Like, really? I get it. Like, you're mouthing off to the police officers. It is what it is. Like, he's probably, it's game day. Like, he wants to get to the stadium. He wants to get in that zone. And then I guess he got pulled over a block away from the stadium or something like that. He was, like, near the stadium. Because if you watch the video, you see, like, a whole bunch of Miami Dolphins fans walking. So, I think I read he was, like, a block away from the stadium. He got detained because he was moving violations, what they called it, and then they said it was reckless driving. I don't know. Yeah, I guess he got mouthy, but was all that necessary to have him on the ground and have 4 cops basically hovering over him while he's on the ground in handcuffs? I don't know. I don't want to get in that conversation. It is what it is. It happened. I mean, eventually he got released. I mean, he got probably his violation, and he's going to play today. But it is what it is. I don't fucking know. I don't. I just felt like that type of enforcement is unnecessary just because you get mouthy. That's when we have to have de-escalation skills and be like, sir, I understand you're upset. Not they get angry, then you start to get angry, and they get more angry, you start to get more angry. We need to work on those de-escalation skills. We just need to work, and like, I get you're angry, sir, but let's just get this over with and we'll let you go. Instead of, it's when the person gets mouthy, and then the officer starts to get on the same level as them, and then it goes here, and it keeps escalating and escalating. We need to de-escalate, and it'll be all fine. But hey, that ain't on here on this podcast. Like I said, I don't want to talk about stuff like that. There's lots of other places that those type of conversations happen. It's just not here. Like I said, I don't really want to talk about politics. I saw that popped up in my news feed. I watched the video. I was like, really? Was all that necessary? I get he's recklessly driving. If that's the case, he needs to be held responsible. But at the same time, let's just get the ticket and move on. I get he's getting mouthy, but at the same time, you as an officer, you gotta have a higher standard and just be like, let's de-escalate the situation. Let's cooler heads prevail. Here's your ticket. Move on. Have a nice day, sir. Make sure you're not recklessly driving. Let's go. That's how the situation should be, but it's never to that. But like I said, I don't know. But thank you for tuning in. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Go enjoy the rest of your NFL Sunday. And until next time, I'm out. Peace. Let's go.